And we're here. We get into it around these parts. I'm
I'm
recording.
recording. Are we good?
We're good.
Yay. Well, here we are. The first episode officially, hopefully.
Right. Officially, hopefully,
Like-
hopefully there's no technical difficulties. Nothing goes wrong tragically,
Right.
mysteriously.
Right. I mean, if you're in our server, you saw the demo that went out today. Today being Wednesday. I don't know. It's like the 20th something. I don't know. I'll put it up on the screen. But anyways, yeah, that's our first episode. And
Yeah, it is.
the last in the demo, we kind of went over our introductions, and we did it where I introduced you. So we can probably do it again because I kind of did like that. This is Sataria. He is my number 2. I absolutely adore this man. He's not my boyfriend, but I completely adore him. He's like my twin. I have like completely welcomed him into being this project with me for Channel 9, everything that has to go with it, and I'm just super excited to like do all this with him and like really just get this started because I'm feeling it.
Right.
Anyways,
hello, Sataria, as Bestie so beautifully put it. I'll be co-hosting,
Hi.
co-running things as he sees fit. I'm here to support, help, and as he, says. But more importantly, this is video TV, the visual of the show, always there, always seen.
Always louder.
Right.
Never mind.
As I am
Not
the
that
audio
loud.
though,
I'm
don't
not
get me
loud.
wrong. I'll always be louder. I'll always be louder.
It's
Problematically
true.
so, but
It's
we
true.
get into it around these parts.
Yeah.
Owner of Channel 9.
Our like low-key kind of like team name is AV. He's audio, I'm visual. But yeah, Channel 9's our thing. It's my thing originally. And like Channel 9's a big dream I've had of mine. It was originally called the Starship, but I've changed it to Channel 9. I like wanting to do Channel 9 for such a long time. I love the idea of Channel 9, like everything we can do, all the things we have ideas for, people we can bring on, recording games, making content, making this podcast in general, like all this stuff that I love to do anyways because of my job. Like doing it with you, like as my best friend, it's like I'm having the best time of my life. Like honestly, I'm so happy right now. Just like making this first episode, I'm like, just finally
getting into it.
Right. But yeah, so like let's just get into the nitty-gritty. So like what is something that you're like really looking forward to in the podcast? I think we've already gone over this in the last episode, but like what's something you're like, besides the relationship part, like what things are something like you're like really looking to do with this podcast or even with the Channel 9 stuff?
Oh, honestly, what I'm really excited for, right, is because I literally just happened just now coming like the whole growth of Channel 9 or what will be changed from it or like what thought process will be added on because of that. Because something that's came to my mind just like randomly, like we called it Channel 9. Like obviously there's us two, but like what if we added like 7 other people who were like not host but like prevalent just in the thing, just Channel 9 for like 9 like people who are like running the scene in some way, shape, or form. I just thought about that. That'd be kind of cute. Something to think about.
That would be kind of cute.
Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously like future things, and like people that are listening to the podcast, thank you very much for being here. You're obviously watching us like develop this thing as we go. And like right now it's just us two. I'm the orange, he's the blue. But like that sounds like, I mean, it would be super fun to do like have like 8 people besides us two who would well, I guess us two are kind of like counted in the 9, but like 7 more people who would like do other kind of content for Channel 9, but like we have to go looking for that one.
Right.
We have to go scoundering the earth for that one because I
Scoundrel.
don't know any of y'all. Well, not y'all, but like
Oh no, for real.
I don't know any of the other people who would be down to be as publicized as me.
Right. If anything though, like, but like when it comes to like just like what we can't plan, like if I'm talking about what I'm interested in when it comes to talking about things on the podcast itself, I'm really excited to talk about like Well, another what I'm talking about. I'm really excited to have conversations with people we bring on. Because
Hmm.
I'm I want to make sure we get people who like don't have the same like thought processes on it, right? For example, we plan on talking about
Right.
like VRChat content creation. And Bass has been making avatars, my boyfriend, Bastion. Bass has been making avatars for a good while now, right? But he just got into world making.
Right.
And I would love if we could like find or like talk with somebody who's been making worlds for a long period of time, right? And talk to them like what they know goes
Oh
into
my
it and
god!
whatnot.
If we could book the person that made the black cat,
That'd be iconic. That'd be iconic.
iconic.
You
That'd be
you know what'd be
so
even cooler?
iconic.
Someone talk to the guy who made the black
Hmm.
cat and have the guy who made the pug and have them conversate here.
Now that's the VR chat experience.
That'd be crazy. That'd be such a fun
That'd be
conversation.
an. Would it be an argument? You think they'd fight?
I don't think they decide, but like when you create a world, right, with like the intent of it being like the Black Cat is a staple for Quest. Like it is the staple for Quest. And the
Oh
Great
yeah,
Pug is a
it is.
staple
It
for
is the
PC.
thing.
So when you go like for example, when the Black Cat gets updated, one thing in mind, whatever I do, it has to be Quest compatible. Like that is what like it has to be because like it's where Quest people who are on Quest go. I didn't try to go
Right.
to the Great Pug till like recently, like within the month. Um so then there's someone who makes the Black Cat, right? And when you create a world, it's automatically PC, like it's automatically that. And I don't
Oh
know,
yeah.
like if that's the
Yeah.
case, right? Was the Black Cat harder to make? Did it? I'm sure it was. 'Cause, you have to convert it to Quest. I don't know. I don't know the update consistency on the
That'd
Pug.
be
To be fair,
wonderful to ask, because I mean, like, I'm sure like developing the black cat was a mess. Like trying
mm,
to get it all to work. Like and like not even that, but like because it's so popular, like getting Black Hat to work and like for new users and people like us who have well, I've been on longer than you, we already know that, but like who've been on here not super long, but like long enough, um, where it's like we get on and we're like, oh my goodness, like this is a lot. But I'm like making the Black Hat must have been extremely hard because Black Hat has like what? Actually, you know what? We're just gonna. Oh, hi Candy, it's good to see you. We have a live audience right now. People will be coming and coming out. We're gonna say hi to them sometimes. But hi Candy, it's really good to see you. Um,
let's roll on
we're
desktop.
gonna you gonna be in the film, Candy.
She want her time in the spotlight. She runs. She was on the camera though, so
Okay, right now the Black Cat has 1,780 members already in its world,
let me check.
which is
Let me check the Great Pug
probably
then.
so difficult. Probably so difficult to like keep that running
Right.
because I have no idea how world creation works or how running a world works, but like if VR chat is like if VR chat can barely handle like if Quest
Yo.
can barely handle VR chat as a game, like the Black Cat trying to get that optimized to hold that many people like
Mm-hmm.
in its own world server is probably like insane.
And you know what's
Obviously, we
crazy?
probably sound like idiots because we have no nothing,
I
but
will
like
say
what's
us
up?
being probably completely clueless was probably better because when we ask questions, we ask everything. People who are like already like have somewhat of an understanding, they're not going to ask questions they already know because it doesn't benefit them. But we don't know anything, so that could be quite the
Right,
benefit.
right,
But the Great Pug
right,
in total right now has only 241.
right. Because the Black Cat just got that popular. That's why.
That's
Because
true. Also, it
I
had a
feel
massive
like
update.
true. I feel like back in the day,
Hmm.
um, like the Black Cat, the Great Pug was huge. Like you couldn't get on any like VR streamer or VR YouTuber's platform and not like see the
Right,
the
a
Great Pug at
clip
some
of
point.
some point of yeah.
Right. Or like, and then now you see it, and people are talking about the Black Cat all the time.
Hmm.
Um, and there's even more iconic worlds that people get on VR chat for like these days, like Uno and Cards Against Humanity and like things
Among
like that
Us
who've
is
been
very
around
popular
forever and like
now.
people Among Us isn't Among Us new though? Among Us is relatively new.
Oh,
It's
let
like
me
2021.
see. Let me see. Oh, but it don't say the date. I don't know, but Among Us and like VR chat, like, are you talking about games that are
I
like
think.
older?
Oh, it published in October 17th, 2020. is when it was released to
You
the
talking about
VRChat
Oregon?
public.
See, I've never even played Cards Against Humanity in VR.
It's a mess. For one, it's a mess.
It's a mess. God, I'm
But I
sure it
mean,
was.
it's like
Is.
it's one of Jar's worlds, and like Jar is one of the most popular VRChat creators on the planet. Like
Mm,
they make so many like game worlds. The one we just played, the Labyrinth world,
hmm.
that was a Jar world. Like
Really?
Jar just makes all these crazy games. Yeah, I think they made Prison Escape and Murder 4.
Let's
Like all the murder
see.
games. They made them
Oh, they
all.
made Murder One, Price Guess, Dead Men Walk. They made Tierland.
Yeah.
Oh, Murder
Yep.
One
It's
through
all Jar.
Four. Yo, Jar is a
And there's
legend.
crazy way more worlds that they've made. Like they're a legend. I don't think they have legendary status though, which is surprising. But like they're a legend. Anyways, going back on topic about us.
All right,
We totally trailed off, but like that's the
sure
beauty of a
did.
podcast. We can just go crazy. We can just go
Right.
crazy, you know?
Yeah,
Go
we have an
crazy.
hour. We can use it, freely.
Um right.
Right.
And it's ours. So like
You
fight me.
mad? Say mad.
Um
Um.
um right. So let's touch on like what we did last time, like the getting on VR chat. I know you already talked about it, and like let's go back to there. Like, what was it like getting on VR chat for the first time, and like
Oh my God, it's a fantastic question.
experiencing VR chat for the first time?
I had two first time experiences getting on VR chat, right? There was the first time I got on VR chat using my bestie, Destiny, getting on her VR headset, right, and is chatting with her friends
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. She had a panic attack that night. Can of worm we'll talk about later. Then there was the time I got my own headset and I got on VR chat for the first time. So like I was already aware of
Right.
somewhat what to do, right? So I knew what I had to
Mm.
download the VR chat, and then like um, I think I was in the middle of doing something or whatnot, and then I was like, Destiny, how do I add? I saw it on her Discord, Destiny, how do I add you? I added her, joined her, vibed the entire night. It was fantastic. We went to the host B club. That atrocity of a world. Or at least what it
Oh,
entails. We went there. We were just
Just
vibing.
Be Club is such a
Oh, Just
mess.
Be Club. I was talking about host something. What's the host thing? Like the PC version that's more whorish.
um, is it H Club?
H Club. That's what I'm thinking. I said host B Club. Oh Jesus. Anyways. Anyways, me and my delusional self. Um, but it was Just Be Club. We were up there. We were like some floor where like all the hotel rooms run by, right? And then my friend
Right.
somebody I knew that was there, right? And she was like an orange cat, the fallback avatar, right? And I was like, "You're just an orange cat. There's nothing special about it." And she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna call you on Discord. And I'm gonna show you what the avatar looks like." E-girl, the titties were tittying. I'm like, "Oh my god, it looks really nice. That's fantastic." And I was like, "Oh, I guess that there are
Right.
some
Yeah.
things that Quest can see that PC can't. That's interesting." And then my friend came like, "Oh,
Problematic.
I'm gonna help you set up PC right now." Like, you don't have to. "Oh no, we're doing it right now." I'm like, "All right then, get me hooked." You know what I'm saying? And then
Right.
after
Forcing
that,
you
I
get in
was
there.
basically, and then after that, right? I was like, "Oh, so this is how you're like quote unquote supposed to do it, right?" So ever since then, I was on PC. Like
Right.
I was only on Quest for like a few hours that night, and then like for the little bit of time left, I was on quote unquote PC the entire time, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get off. And then ever since after that, I just gone on VR chat that way. So I'm like, oh, this is how you're supposed to do it. Because like my thought process is you
Right.
don't want to be limited, so just do this. But then I would get on. We were
Mm-hmm.
on Quest. I'm like, oh wait, Quest can't do this. Quest can't do this. Like, oh okay, I learned that. But like I said, I was only on Quest for like a few hours. Like, and I was only on VR chat for like during that time with my work schedule like 5 hours a night.
Right.
So maybe I was on Quest for maybe 3 hours. That's it.
Which is crazy. For me that's crazy because
Mm-hmm.
I haven't gotten on PC until very recently. And you know that because we went to go fuck around and I punched walls
Yeah.
in Avatar and I was sick. It was so fun. Um, but I've been on I actually went to go look at it. I've been on my quest since 2019, and so I've had plenty of time to be on VR chat. I didn't get on a lot because of like like
Mm-hmm.
the crashing issue is awful.
Right.
Um, I'll always touch on it again. Like back before EAC, which was the protection service for VR chat, so that people don't have clients and mods. I'm gonna get so much fucking flack for this when it gets live. People are gonna hate me.
Why?
But thank God EAC is a thing, because people that were like had clients were like, well, for one, clients allow them to do things that you just would normally be able to.
Oh,
You could
I know what
fly,
you're talking
you
about
could
now.
teleport, you can crash people, like everything Spiffy has
But
or
right.
had.
But then the thing is, right? People, there were, there were the crashers who imagine they couldn't use their crashing stuff, but it was more important, right? Because first of all, people still have the ability to use their crashing stuff. Like, I don't want to say their name because they're a content
Mm-hmm.
creator, but the oh my god, the small
We'll bleep it out. We'll bleep it
right
out.
out showing like they had like a Halloween thing, and like he was gonna go around like because
Mm-hmm.
he had like it would like crash the entire lobby. He was gonna go around and show that to people, and just scare them in the lobby, and then just leave afterwards, just to scare people. So like it's still
Oh,
there. They know how to get it in, right? Um, but
right.
it's what a lot of people were mad about when it came to that is that it made uploading avatars, or like it took things off certain avatars, and like that was some people really got mad about. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I don't upload
that's a
avatars, so I,
huge
I
thing
give them
too.
a dome. So
And
like I don't
also,
know.
like mods had like clients. There was a client that had um like kind of like speech text. So like someone would speak, and then you could like see what they're saying. That way, people that are like hearing impaired
Oh,
like
Bass has
are be
that.
able to be more right. Well, that's speech to text. Like, it was text. It was no. So yeah.
Oh, text to
Wait,
speech.
is it backwards? Text to speech. Text to speech. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I've only seen one person in VR do that. I was like semi recently, but they were like, yeah, they had to go through like a whole rigmarole to even set that up, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
Because mods used to have a mod that was able to like do text to speech through your
Hmm.
headset, and it was like amazing. But I think a big portion of people didn't were mad at EAC because it took one of the avatar thing, and two because it took away their fun of
Yeah,
crashing questies. But
yeah.
as I was saying, huge part of why I was off VR chat for like basically all 2019 and all 2020 was because of the crashing. It was so annoying. Like as I said earlier, there was a client that I had witnessed like at least 5 times where you go into a lobby and then you heard like a loud noise and you were crashed. I remember I was like locked out of my head I wasn't locked out of my headset, I was locked out of VR chat for like a week or so. I think it was like 4 days, 3 days, somewhere around there. But I was locked out of VR chat because every time I loaded in, like I just wouldn't be able to play the game. It was super laggy. I think they like overrun my cache, something like that, like my avatar cache.
Oh.
They like filled it up, and so I had to like figure out a way to like completely erase VR chat. I think it's what well actually I got into account because I wasn't originally Video TV back in the day.
Hmm.
I was something else. I don't remember. I was like Papyrus. I was an Undertale kid. Don't
Oh.
shut up, guys. Shut up.
Interesting. Oh.
Shut up. Shut up, guys. Listen. Listen, 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 listen. Listen, listen, listen.
Gay.
It's because my email was like that. My old email. Oh, okay. Okay. Says the faggot. Uh-huh. Okay. All right.
What? No, what is talking about?
Yeah, test me. Test me, ho. Anyways. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of why I was like done with VR chat is because I kept crashing all the time. It was impossible to play any fucking games. Like I still remember it. Like, dude, I literally like I think it was Minute or Top was the one that was the worst one because Minute had I don't know if you were around during Minute or Top before it had it revamped, like before it got changed and everything.
I was there before I had to
Um,
revamp. I was there before I had to revamp.
right. That was oh my god. There was one time where someone had a I think Spiffy tried to show you one time where it was like a pen tornado.
Yes,
Um
yes, he
and
was trying
someone
to show
showed
me
it
that.
to me once and like it was just a crasher. There was just so many pens. It was just a bunch of pens flying around and it
I have a
was
picture
ah,
actually of something like that. It was something that when you go into the Black Cat, it would take all all like the little like all the grabbables and make a swastika in the middle of the lobby. And I walked up right, and I was
oh,
like, because like we were upstairs right, and I came downstairs. I was like, what is that? I got a better angle. I was like, what? And I thought I saw somebody like trying to put it together, but I think they were trying to pull it apart. but everything would just fly back into place. So it was just a giant swastika in the middle of the lobby, and I was like, "Yo,
Oh.
that's insane."
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I have a picture of it.
White people, y'all.
Caucasian, of course they are.
Oh, them Nazis.
No, they'll get you every
Anywho,
time.
let's pick back up somewhere. What is something else we can kind of touch on when it comes to introduction? Okay, here's the thing. What guests do you want? Because I know we talked about our themes that we want to talk about. So like
Hmm.
what are like your top three most excited themes and then guests for those themes? Because I have mine.
Okay, so I have. Isn't me? Let me look within the friend group because like I said, I don't know much about VR chat
Well,
content
in our
creation.
friend group for sure.
Oh, okay. When it comes to like our friend group, right? Now, like I said, obviously I'm talking about relationships. VR chat content creation, what like more like more like in VR chat, not like external. Because I would consider like people who make like who stream it and whatnot, or like make video games from it is like an external thing. But people who make games in VR chat versus play the games that are made like versus that's external internal. I'm more of like internal content
Right.
creation. But like I still want to talk about it, but internal content creation is something I'm interested in. And then
Right.
see relationships, content creation, and I would say probably the communities that are in VR chat. I'm very interested in that.
Communities.
And then for each one, right, when it comes to like relationships, I obviously want to bring in Bass because and I also want to bring in Clumsy as
Right.
well because there's always the
Interesting.
in right because here's the reason, right? Because Bass and Clumsy have had multiple relationships. Well, I think
Oh,
Clumsy only had two.
to say, Sataria has two boyfriends. He's polyamorous. Bastion is one, and then Clumsy is another. They're both VRChat users. So that's who we're
Right.
talking about right now. To
Mm-hmm.
open y'all up. Continue though.
But Bass has been a VR chat relationship, and so was Clumsy, right? The reason
Right.
I'm kind of excited for that is that um one, you know, they have more experience of what it means to be in a VR chat relationship, and there's the reason I'm excited to talk about it. Well, one, I'm dating them, so that's part of it, and the other part is like when it comes to being in a relationship that's one long distance and online because I'm in South Carolina, they're in freaking Washington, literally the opposite side of the freaking states. Um, uh, so like there's I'm like their opinions on it will obviously hold a lot more weight because I'm in a relationship with them, and when I say relationship, I obviously I want to talk to you about that as well because you're literally like you're my favorite person in VR, like easy. So just when it comes to like
Thank
relationships,
you.
obviously them are going to be like a big part of it, and what's their experiences,
Right.
what's that been
Huge.
like, right? Because when it comes to like VR chat relationships, and anyway, most people are going to downplay the significance of what it is to begin with, because people hear like a VR chat relationship, it'll be over. Give it a month and a half. It'll be over soon. It ain't gonna last long.
Yeah.
And it's
Because it's the internet. Like internet relationships,
right,
like besides VR chat, never last
right,
because
and
you
it's
don't
and
get to ever
it's
see them. You're not really there.
and
With
it's
VR
and
chat's
it's
kind of
crazy,
much more
right?
personal because you can see their body and stuff.
Right. But I want to say this right, like to kind of touch upon that subject, right? That topic of like VR chat relationships is interesting because of
Hmm.
like I want to talk to Clumsy about their past experiences, relationships in VR, and ambassador past relationships in VR, right? And like I said, people downplay the significance, and it's understandable because I can't sit right here and say that I don't downplay the significance of people in relationships, right? But it's not even I downplay because in VR chat, I downplay it because like the person themselves, right? For example, I will say that you know everybody has their problems, Fast and Clumsy are no exception, and I'm sure I have mine, right? But I grew up with parents and people in my life who were like taught me how to like work on myself because I've worked on myself proudly like for a while. um so when I say the
Right.
older relationship will last, I'm like, oh, it's because of VR chat. I mean, because like you have these traits and you have these traits and y'all don't deal with them. For example, Bass has his traits, but I have actively gone on my way to help Bass with these traits, and Clumsy has his. I'm like, hey, do this, do this. He's like, oh, okay, well about this and this. We have those conversations, and that's the reason our relationship
Right.
is like so good.
Well, I think
Um.
honestly, the biggest part about VR chat or well, not VR chat, but like of us specifically, like with when it comes to like people, we value conversation more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And so like when it comes to VR chat relationships specifically, like we always thrive. Well, not always,
Oh.
but usually we thrive in those in those sectors because we're just so engrossed in the conversation and we want to have a conversation about everything that it's
Right.
like, if we don't talk about it, it's like, is it even gonna get fixed? Like, what's come on?
Because big part of
But
leadership is
yeah,
like Also, we also got to get into the drama, which is why I also want to bring Bass in because I feel like now that things have been repaired, that'd be like an
right.
interesting topic of conversation because best believe there will be drama in the future. Like there's always gonna be drama in the future. Like we know for real. Like VRChat will stay VRChat, that's
Right.
for sure. So, but it's nice to know that it may take a good old bit. It'll take a good old bit, but like things have gotten prepared,
Right.
repair, right? But they've definitely.
I mean, so let's I kind of want to piggyback off of your three topics about like relationships, content creation, and communities. A big thing for me was also communities, because we are literally starting one, and you already kind of have one. So like,
yeah, I get you're right. I know
making
what you mean.
making a VRChat community, like, well, specifically one with Channel 9 is like, I'm so ready for it. Like, and I love like doing this kind of stuff because like the things that we have planned for Channel 9, at least me specifically, but also you, that you have like ideas that come and go, like that is like things that are like very community based, and it's so exciting to watch those like come to life. Because I've never been in a VRChat like community. What I mean, like there's obviously communities where it's like I don't know what, I guess I call them communities too, like the Black community of VRChat, the trans community of VRChat, the furries community of VRChat, like those like player communities. But I mean, like, I've never been in like a community, like a Discord kind of server, something like that, where it's like they're actively doing something. They have events every other day. Like they're doing something other than just mirror talk,
Right.
Which I want to get into so bad when we get to the Worlds episode, because I hate mirrors. They're the bane of my existence.
As my mirror is up right now. Listen, it's different because my hand's burning out.
Piece of shit.
No, but here's the thing, right? Because like here's the thing, right? It depends on like the person who has the mirror, right? For example, as somebody who's in full body, right? I just want to make sure my body isn't messing up because I'm not gonna realize until y'all. Because what happens, a lot of people, your body be messing up. People be like, "Yo, hip go by," your hip people's like, "What you looking at?" And my body's over there all of a sudden, like, and we're gonna say that, right? They're like, "Oh, look at his body going." Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
So I have my mirror up, so like, so I can catch it before y'all say something stupid, and I have to put you on y'all plate. You know what I'm saying? But
I just think it's funny whenever like a bunch of quests are in front of a mirror, because like, what are you looking at? You're looking to look at besides your shitty avatar and your half body. Like, what are you looking at? I mean, quest pride for life. Quest pride for life. But like, what are you looking at? Like, let's be so for real. What are you actually looking at?
Let's be FFR for a second.
Like, we all know that all the questies are only at the mirror because everyone else is at the mirror. If it can be up to them, they'd be doing something else.
I can't say. I wouldn't know.
They will be doing something else. Yeah. PC over here.
Don't do that. Don't do that, please.
Disgusting.
I'm an ally.
I feel like I'm gonna cry. Whatever. Not an ally.
No.
Of the cause.
Of the cause. Always.
For the cause.
For the cause. No, but like, what's interesting to even bring up, like, as well, like the quest community, because I feel like there's in a quest community, but there is a unified mindset, but there is definitely like a full body tracking,
huge. Oh
like,
my goodness,
a full body like community,
right?
Most definitely, right?
Because
like not even like
there's a
half
whole
body
for
PC.
it, FPT.
That's a good point. But FPT is more for like dancers, Haven. Right? Because but true, even then, that's a good point because it's more like they have parties there, but people who are full body, because like it's PC, so people who are PC can go there, people who are half body PC can go there, but you like even like I'll go there, right? I don't see a lot of them there, like which I find kind of interesting.
And if anything, you'll see desktops there because it's probably people that have quests that just can't get on their do Quest VR or PC VR.
Probably.
So you'll see a lot of desktops and you'll see a lot of full bodies, but you don't see a lot of half bodies because why would I go there if I'm a half body? This is not.
That's a good point.
It's not made for me.
That's a good point.
I'm gonna start fucking gold teeth and fangs. Sorry, Nicki Minaj came in my ear.
No, that's valid. You always spit Nicki when Nicki come on. We don't just spit Nicki in this household. Don't ever Don't ever. Which I will say, right? 'Cause I was talking about. I just thought another thing I want to talk about is just the conversations you have with people in VR chat, because Clumsy, the one I'm dating, right? He's white, and that never starts off good. That never starts off good. But he is Caucasian individual, right? And he dissed the queen for a second there. He dissed the queen and the eyelash, so I had to put him in his place, because we don't.
Oh my goodness!
Don't play with me for real.
Why? Okay, what did he say though?
I was sitting there. I was laying in his lap. Oh, not my body one, bro. And we was talking, we was chatting, right? And I was like, "Yo, this is a very pretty song, Billy Bossa Nova." A fantastic song. It's very pretty. I love that song, right? And I love that though. Are you like sitting in your chair and twirling around?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's happening here? Let me start recording. Like, like what? That's so scary. It's horrible. Yo, that's terrifying. Please. You ain't know I was an acrobatic, did you?
Y'all didn't know I was an acrobatic.
Yeah, I know that part. They was ready for this one. Okay, and recording.
Computer. Hold on.
Oh, I was already recording.
1, 2, 3. Okay, never mind.
Just a minute. Get into it. Right. Where were we? Oh my god.
Oh, where were we?
It's too natural for us. Forget. I think the last thing we were talking about was what interrupted us. That's a good one. What interrupted us?
We went through relationships. Nicki Minaj. You're talking about Nicki,
right?
And Clumsy.
Because relationships are important, so it was good to communicate. So I was talking. I was playing Billy Bossa Nova. On the
right
when it comes without a warning. That song, right? Fantastic song. She ate. It's soft. She running the way she be running. And then I was like, yo, this is a really good song. It's called Billy Bossa Nova. And he said, oh, who made it? I said, oh, it's Billie Eilish. He said, oh, of course you listen to Billie Eilish. Sir, what you mean by that? Well, he said, we listen to a lot of basic songs. And I'm like, what do you mean basic? Basic art. He said basic art.
Basic?
And I was like, okay, who else? Because here's the thing, right?
Basic?
Listen, I love Nicki Minaj. I'm a stan Nicki Minaj. But the person I always talk about the most is SZA.
Right.
I love me some SZA. So I'm like, surely he ain't talking about SZA, because I'll block him right now. Don't do that. So I'm like, who are some of the artists, right? And he said, well, Billie Eilish is one of them. I was like, okay, you don't disrespect the eyelash. Nicki Minaj, I shut him down before he can continue. And I was like, okay, first of all, right? I started talking to him like he was stupid. Like I said, let me tell you this, right? I'm a big fan of rap. I'm a big fan of rap, right? Nicki Minaj is the best female rapper. So I'm talking stupid to him. I'm saying, hypothetically speaking, right? If I listen to a female rapper, who do you think it's going to be? Stop, think, shut up. Now I'm going to ask you this next question, right? You can talk about however you want about Billie Eilish. She got 7 Grammys. She doing something right. And you know what this fool going to tell me?
Something.
Like, well, who do you listen to?
What?
Oh, I listen to classical music. Shut your stupid cracker. Let me calm down. Let me sit back down. Let me sit back down. Let me take a seat. Let me calm down.
Wait. Let's actually park the bus.
Let's park the bus.
He stops you to tell you your music is basic. But he listens to Beethoven.
Bestie, it's giving powdered wig. It's giving the Constitution. It's giving
the Constitution.
It's giving founding fathers. Like, if you don't shut your stupid goofy cracker behind up, and you want to sit right here and come for the queen of rap, like what you're not gonna do is sit right here and disrespect Nicki. Because like, here's the thing, you're not gonna disrespect Nicki.
Ass.
Like, come on, right? So like in that moment, I was like, I can't
out of everything, Nicki.
Like, and his defense was it was kind of understandable. He doesn't go out of his way to actually listen to music, right? So the only time he hears songs is like they're played on the radio. He doesn't listen to the radio that much, right? So they only ever played the most repetitive, catchy songs. So the only thing he hears are the annoying ones. fast. Like, you know, them all Nicki songs eat, but something if you keep hearing the same song over and over, it does get annoying. And I get that, right? Because I think that
Yeah.
I just heard them playing Ocean Eyes the other day. Why are you playing? Billie Eilish got so many fantastic. Like Billie Eilish at that point had no personality. Like she's on every basic white girl you know, she's fantastic now, but like Ocean Eyes, come on,
True.
beautiful song, but like basic. You know what I'm saying? So like you're talking about Ocean Eyes or something like that. You know, they're still playing super bass sometimes. I can get why you think it's annoying. I get it. Or if like you don't listen to Nicki Minaj all of a sudden,
let's talk about Starships
freak.
now.
Huh?
So let's talk about Starships by Nicki Minaj. It's like I'm so over it now.
Yeah,
I used to hear it all the time.
Right, but like, don't be coming for artists. Like, here's the thing, right? And it hurt my soul as a black man who's always going to support a black woman. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna come from Nicki Minaj?
Yeah.
You gonna come for the queen of rap?
Right.
That's what you gonna do? The queen of rap?
I know I don't look like it right now because of the avatar.
Right.
But I am also black and I love Nicki. I think, unfortunately, depending on who you're asking, I just didn't really grow up with like rap culture. I was never in that lifestyle. I was into like EDM and pop. That's my thing. In fact, right now I'm listening to Symphony by Clean Bandit. I'm listening to right now like that. Like Clean Bandit was like my childhood. I love Clean Bandit. And like my favorite artists like Porter Robinson, Madeon, Ariana Grande,
the Grande herself,
like the Grande herself.
And what I will say this, right? We're talking about artists, right? I will say,
yeah.
I'm glad I'm like, because here's the thing, right? I take no shame in like liking a lot of like new artists. Like I'm big on rap, right? And I can confidently say that like one of my favorite rappers, thanks to my mom, right? Lil Wayne, because I can understand, because I feel like Lil Wayne from a distance is like somewhat of a joke, but like
Lil Wayne.
Like you listen a song, Glory, it's 5 minutes with no like chorus. 5 minutes of him just spitting, and it's just like. And here's the reason, like, and it's not to diss Wayne, right? But the reason I got so far into Wayne was one, my mom, and two, just like one clip of like Nicki Minaj like getting some reward, and Lil Wayne ran to the stage like to help her climb up the stairs. I'm like, that's the sweetest thing in the world.
Oh, I saw that.
They have such a great relationship, and you know, Nicki is always gonna talk about how much she loves Wayne. Oh no, not together, but like, I think Wayne signed Nicki. So if you listen to any song, it's like Drake, Wayne, and Nicki. Those songs, those songs together will all like No Frauds or Seeing Green. You put them three together, or only put them three together, it's over. It's like those three songs alone, you understand the effect, right? Because when you put them together,
only makes me laugh.
No, only is iconic. Only is so iconic. Only is iconic,
but I keep every time I hear the beginning, the do, I just think of memes.
No,
I think every meme ever.
Right. That's oh my god.
I think the two bitches look at each other like, what you mean by that? Like,
I know what you mean now. I was thinking of the memes like when you like they're like kids would like play their songs and like with their white moms, and then they were like, oh, what's this song? Mom like, whoa, no. Panic. So that's what I was thinking of. We went to two different places, but like it's like when you think about like Nicki, it's just that the amount of respect and love she has for Wayne is like so astronomical. Because there was another video she was on a podcast, right? And Lil Wayne called her, and she was like, "Who is this?" And it was like, "Oh, it's Wayne." And she was like, "Because you know Wayne is usually busy, you know, like usually busy doing something."
He's
so
Lil Wayne. I feel like everybody busy. If you're a celebrity,
like I found this out recently. In like the year of 2017, he collabed with 77 different artists. 77 on 77 songs.
My mouth is agape.
Like
my jaw is dropped.
77? And then he said he said I don't know if I think he said he didn't get like they didn't speak that he's like gave like a part of something like in 30 of them. Like 77, you are all over the radio. 77 different songs.
Unfortunate that I don't know his voice well enough to like say like, oh, I heard his
no, because before. I put some songs I didn't know with Lil Wayne to like I found out later because I was like, his voice was like, what now? But like, fun fact, you know, Lil Wayne says he listens to his own music.
That's some you shit.
No,
That's
here's the
some
thing,
shit
right?
you would do.
That's so strange. It's really weird, right? But the only time he listens to other songs is when someone says, "Hey, can we do a collab?" He listens to the song to understand how he can spit, because he listens to his own songs, right? And consistently has forgotten his own verses, right? Because all the only liquid that enters his body is lean. So he will be literally in an interview and listen to him spell spit and like, yo, I said that, and like, yeah, you said like, oh, I really ate that, and I did that, didn't I? I was like, yo, how you don't okay, um, because like, if you're a Lil Wayne fan, you're a lot quieter than a Nicki Minaj
Right.
fan. He's like, Nicki fans, we put the beat on right now. We yelling every single verse.
Am I the Lil Wayne to your Nicki Minaj? That's happening right now. Am I the Lil
Yes,
Wayne to your Nicki Minaj?
yeah, basically.
Oh no.
That's basically what it is. Who's Drake?
That's honestly probably Envy
Oh,
or Destiny.
I would say or maybe Destiny. Friend group stuff.
Probably
Friend group
Destiny.
stuff. Friend group stuff. Because me and Destiny are really close. So like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense.
We
Oh
have
my
a very
god.
close, tight knit friend group, and a
Right.
lot of. What's up? Hold on. Do you need to
I
pause?
just kind of spiraled out of control. We like just remember, just so we can remember what the topic was. VR chat relationships, content creation, and what was the other one? What was the other one?
Communities.
Right? So it's like, and who
I'm
we
gonna
want to talk,
I'm gonna
who
give
we want to
mine
bring
first
on for
point.
each one. Like that's also a thing. I forgot about that part.
Right.
Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
Continuing.
Mhm.
Okay. The biggest thing that we're gonna keep talking about is like our friend group in VRChat, because like we have a very close knit friend group. So like a lot of his friends are gonna be on our podcast. And some of my friends too. By name probably Milestone Sloth.
That's right. Miles
Definitely
would be
gonna
like
be on
really
this
good.
podcast.
Mhm.
I know Candy did ask to want to be on the podcast.
Oh, will she be talking?
I think she wanted to just be on it. I don't know if she's gonna talk.
Okay.
But she might. And then we're gonna have Grim Prime wanted to join, but that's in the air because he's been so busy. And then
Right.
a few other people
Right.
that are my friends that really want to be on this podcast because apparently they really want to talk about shit with us, which is so crazy to find out that so many of our friends want to be on this podcast.
Right. Like,
Well, not so many, but like a good solid 10
cause like Scoob and
people
Bash
want to
like
be on
really
this podcast.
like into like talking about like the things they're very aware of, like when it comes to like avatars and whatnot. And I'm like, y'all are really hype about that, because Bab's like, oh, I could definitely talk about this, and this. I'm like, oh, and since you're interested, and Scoop's like, oh, I want to talk. Scoop just want to be in videos. Scoop just he want attention.
Scoop just want to be in it. Scoop just wants attention.
Right, love him to death. So like it's just very interesting and whatnot. And you know what's crazy? I know if like I tell people about like the podcast and whatnot, for example, you met him a few times, Zimbler. Zimbler would love to come on here and speak. Zimbler would love that. I know he would.
I don't even know who Zimbler is. Have I met them before?
It was in that one pilot where they fly to different worlds, right? And he joined, and all he was like on desktop.
Oh, the planetary one.
Yeah, he was on desktop.
Right,
he was like, Todd, are you gonna be on for like 15 more minutes? If so, I'll hop on my full body.
Right. Yeah, that guy.
Right. Yeah, Zimbler's great. Also really hot. Loves him. Man's got nice hair. But
you're such a whore.
But like,
let me say my piece of the interests I want to do as well, because we already touched on your pieces.
Okay, what are your interests?
Relationships and communities and like content
and
creation.
And then after you tell your
already,
I'm gonna tell the people I want to bring on for like each community, but you go ahead first. Each of my 3 groups.
Right. A biggest thing that I want to talk about in VRChat is worlds. I love worlds in VRChat so much. It makes me so happy to look at worlds. Like even the one we're in right now, we're in Sovereign's nightclub, or Sovereign's cozy club. And like I love worlds so much. Like you actually talk about like the houses you see in VRChat and like transhumanism and stuff like that. And like I love worlds so much. I just like being able to transport myself into like basically any kind of imaginary situation at any point in time. Like there's one world that I showed Todd one time. It's called the Symphony of Catastrophe. It's by Serentic. It's just an abandoned city. It's like a abandoned technological city, but it's so like mind-boggling to be there, because like we would never see that in our daily life. It's like, oh, I love it so much. Anyways, after that, it's probably like what else? I mean, like I think a second thing would probably be Quest and PC difference. Because I can
Mm-hmm.
definitely go off on that a lot. Because like I lived my whole life as a Quest until recently I was a PC, and now I understand the hype.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dying. Oh my gosh. Um, and then thirdly, um, honestly,
Oh,
drama.
my head's about to die. Hold
Honestly,
on one
VR chat
second.
drama.
Oh no, most definitely. Because if you look at anybody who does any type of VR chat content creation, right? What I find very interesting. What I find very interesting, right? No, I'm sure it is with furries, but like I don't see a lot of like when I see like the VR chat furry streamers, they don't ever talk about drama, and I find that so interesting. Like that's like quite interesting to me. Like that's
I think maybe because of the stigma furries get already, I don't think they want to have any added like
right.
dramatic
They're
situations in their
already dealing
life.
with enough hate already,
I
so
mean,
that
like
makes
being a
sense.
furry on the internet, regardless, is already like your head is like stuck out for a rifle to be shot at like
Right.
immediately. Um, but like then you have to add on like, oh my gosh, now I can't talk about my friends, their drama or anything like that. I had to keep hush all the time
Mm-hmm.
because they speak out wrong once and they're bang bang, you know.
Right. Oh my gosh, you're a freaking zoophile? What? I never said that, but okay.
Yeah, never said that. Never said that.
Right.
I just like the cuddly animals, okay? I just like to
Right.
dress up in cuddly animals. It's really all it is, honestly. Um,
Um.
however, the people I want to have on the podcast, like especially, I've kind of named off them already. My
Right.
top one is my best friend. So Sataria is like my twin. My best friend is Milestone Sloth. I met him through VRChat. Like he's my best friend, honestly. Adore him so much. And he'd be a great conversationalist. I really want to like pick his brain about like what he thinks about
Right.
like certain VRChat experiences that he would like love to talk about. And stuff like that. And then I want to have him. I want to have my other good friend Envy Shia. She goes by Envy now, just Envy. Um, and she's been like my ride or die since I met her. She is like she's like us combined, but like louder in a weird way.
I would honestly, I would put Envy like just really similar to you in like the way she deals with things. Respectfully, of course.
Really, just direct, just direct.
Yeah.
You think I'm direct?
No,
Wow.
it's not that I don't think you're direct. I think you you are direct in situations, but like at most times you try to keep things as like positively respectful as possible. Where in my situation,
Right.
it's I don't like I said, given that you're a therapist, it falls under your like your whole. By the way, man's like a therapist, slay. But given your profession, right?
In training, we'll get to that eventually. But
Right.
in
But like given
training,
that like a part of your job is to make sure like there's a comfort before you do something. I prioritize myself above all things because my headspace is
right.
always in I can't help anybody else if I'm not in the best headspace. So I'm always trying to make sure I'm at 100%. So I'm always going to say something when I know. For example, we one time, right, we were talking about like the flaws our friends have, right, and then one of them joined. I
Mm-hmm.
immediately said, "Hey, what do you think about this person?" Like I wasn't gonna sugarcoat nothing. Like, "Hey, you like, not you know how like the energy of conversation is like. We didn't say we weren't gonna talk to people, but like this is probably something we like. We keep it to ourselves because it's just our opinions. We're thinking. We'll probably come to them later. But I was like, I'm curious. What do you think? Because I'm gonna talk to him about it anyway. Because you're about to have this energy around me.
Right, 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 right,
So
right,
I'm
right,
more
right,
of
right, right.
like I don't no not to sound like not to sound like the villain guys. Stop. But I don't really care about how other people feel in certain situations. So my thing is like there's a problem that needs to be dealt with. I'm gonna deal with it. But you're like, let me read the
I'm
situation.
gonna deal
Let me
with
make
it.
sure it's okay. Let me make sure it's like at
Right.
its best, and then I'm gonna hit it. I'm like, hey yo, you looking pretty dirty right now. Go on and change. I don't care where we're at. That's like yo don't go on now. Don't be doing
Go
that.
shower.
Don't.
Go shower. You think? You
Ew.
think? You think?
Just point away. Just point away.
Ew.
So, you get it now? Oh, okay. Well, you said Envy,
Ah!
Miles, and who else?
Um, that's a good question. I mean, the first two I love. I just love so much. I just don't know about like the third one. Because I mean, like you already said, Scooby and Bastion.
Right. Though I want to talk about the when it comes to like VR chat content creation, mostly like avatars and whatnot.
Mhm.
What was it was VR chat like relationships. I want to talk to Bass and why are my fingers not what the okay? I almost talked to Bass and Scoobs about like I don't know how many like VRChat relationships Scoobs has been in. I almost talked to Scoobs about that. Um and then when it comes like I almost
I think okay,
what
actually, I have it.
huh?
I think if anyone can have in this podcast, I feel like I would really want to have Phoebe. Um
Mm.
and because I feel like she's just like has such an interesting standpoint on things. Phoebe's one of our really good friends. She hasn't been on very lately because of reality stuff.
Also, she dyed her hair blue. It's
But
absolutely
like
slay. Like, the braids and
really,
whatnot. Yeah, she's really pretty. I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a picture. She's so
oh,
pretty.
send it to me later.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like, oh my gosh, I love her stamp. Honestly, I would like to have her and Teru in the same room when we have our podcast and talk about like dancing, specifically just dancing.
That we because
Um,
dancing is a big part of VR chat. The FBC Haven being like a whole like there are like so many
huge.
like dance like studios like for practice, but I find so interesting.
Cause them full bodies just can't stop twerking.
No,
I
they gonna throw
guess.
it back. They gonna throw it back. They gonna throw it back. I'll tell you that right now. Me too, by the way. I'm gonna throw it back every now and then. Don't Nicki Minaj come in my ears. I'm throwing it in a circle. Don't play with it. Um, but
Goofy, goofy.
so and to get specific, right? I want to talk to Scoobs and Bass about VRChat creation, content creation. I want to talk
Right.
about Clumsy and Bass and like relationships. But then when it comes to what was my other one again? I keep on forgetting it. How do I keep forgetting it?
I don't know if you said a third one.
It was no, it was relationships, content creation, and
In communities.
communities. Right. I want to talk to like maybe because like one thing you will see a lot of in like VR chat is like people who are trans, which because fun fact, trans people who are trans take up a very small portion of like I think it's the USA, like very small portion of the population. I think it's
Right.
like less than 5%. But like I have met so many people in VR chat who are trans, right? And
Or like gender non confirming, stuff like that.
right, and things such as that. So like I want to talk to a few people, probably Bass again because Bass is also trans, but maybe T as well because I think T is trans. Um,
Oh, T would be a great conversationalist
right, because T,
for us.
I love talking
Absolutely.
with T. And things of the sort, and then like uh, just to add on, right? I also want to talk to like a few things such as sexuality because of VR chat because you don't meet a lot of straight people in VR chat. You fun fact, you may meet somebody who was straight in the beginning of VR chat. Give them a few months. Give them a few months.
Ha!
I stand by that
The
statement.
truth.
And it's crazy because like it's mostly a joke, right? I'm never gonna force somebody to change their sexuality, but once you witness it a few times, you think to yourself, okay, you're straight. But for how not but the rest of the statement is in your mind, how long? You know what I'm saying? And it's not because of
True.
like people are actively going away like trying to oh, you should be this, you should be this, you should be this. It's just that you are now in a virtual reality, right? Where you can do so much more
Mm-hmm.
dumber stuff without like the physical repercussions. So maybe the
Right.
ones who are homosexual, DL, and they flirt with their friends who are guys. You know what I'm saying? Get into it and whatnot. But then
Right. Yeah.
maybe you keep doing it with this certain friend group. And you don't do it with the friend group, but you're hanging out with the friend group a lot. So now it's just like, oh, I just feel really comfortable doing this. You feel comfortable, you say. Interesting.
Right. And now
Interesting.
you're gay. And now you're
Right.
gay.
Boom.
And now you're
Shot.
gay.
And now all of a sudden,
Yeah.
boom, femboy. Pow, gay. You ain't never see it coming. It come left field.
The femboy hits him hard.
Oh my
The
god, the
femboy
femboy
hits
community
him
in VR
hard.
chat is actually kind of crazy too. Part of a femboy host club. It go crazy in there.
I do wanna piggyback on what something you said like just now. Like being in VR chat, you're able to kind of like differentiate like things you would do in the real world you wouldn't do in VR chat. Like
Mm-hmm.
as Taria said, I am a licensed therapist. I'm not fully licensed. I'm in training, but still I do have my degree in psychology. Um and something that I've gotten in VR chat and been able to do like much more freely is like the ability to completely and utterly be like blunt with people that I would never do in therapy. Which
Mm.
it does sound it is kind of shitty sometimes, but like it's a bit of a freeing experience being able to just be like, you just shouldn't do that. Like, just flat out, just you're dumb for thinking that. And like, sorry y'all, therapist gets real. Like, it's just very like, it's kind of freeing. You kind of being able to be like a tiny bit of an asshole, you know. Just a little
No,
bit.
I get it, and I'm not concerned. It's like I'm not afraid of like there's I will say there because of I'm just really busy with IRL and VR chat. It's just like a social game. You're just talking and chatting with people. That's all it is, right? So I've gotten to
Right.
learn about the things about how I express myself. Oh, I do this when I do this, or I do this when I feel like this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like and then when I go into like I'm in a situation that same thing occurs. I'm like, oh, I know how to deal with this, or I know how I'm going to react to this. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to like think ahead of like instead of conversation. And but you will learn a lot about yourself in VR chat. Like you will learn a
A
whole bunch of
huge
stuff in the game.
percent, a huge percent of
Like
yourself.
oh my
Right.
god,
So
things I've learned about
somebody
myself
will
in
try
VR
and call
chat.
it out.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody will
Mm-hmm.
probably call it out.
Somebody like to be
Me.
loud. Some you go ahead. Oh,
Me, I'll be loud. You know what? You did comment earlier. I want to comment on you. I want to comment
you
on you
wanna come
about
to me?
something.
You come to me about?
I think this is positive and negative, but the thing that I do like love and hate about you is that you're so unapologetically like loud, but I mean like loud in the sense of like you just call out bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's such a great thing, but it's so fucking annoying, and it makes me so
Like
mad because
it's
like
annoying when it's annoying when it's you, but like because I do it to everybody else. Like
when it's right,
yeah. Stop! Don't look at me.
yeah,
Don't look at me.
get him, but not me.
Don't-
Get them all, but not
right,
me. You better leave
right,
me out.
right. Because it's never like, oh, I'm just dogging you. It's usually something I'm gonna say, hey, you should work on this as a person. But when you are like in a good mental space, like, yeah, I'm doing this. Hey, you're doing this kind of wrong. You're like, that's not true. Wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute.
That's not.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And I do it so much.
Um.
um.
Okay.
um. And I do it so
Um.
much, right? And it's crazy because funny thing when we were playing drinking night, right? And I was talking to and then Tara was like, say the most heinous thing to each other, and then Sue was like, oh, no one in Fringos likes you. I'm like, weak. And I put my hand on his
The
shoulder and I said,
lies.
I can understand why all your past relationships have failed. Great. It was a joke, I promise, but it was crazy. It was the scream he scrumped was scrimped. You feel me? It was scrimmed.
Scream he scrumped was scrimmed.
It was scrimmed, and it was just I had the entire room screaming from that one. Because here's the thing, right? I could have done it to anybody. School just got unlucky. It just happened to be schools. That's really all it was. It would have been
because there have been
insane.
listen, lovely audience of mine. There have been a thousand times in this friend group, or at least between us two,
Right.
where we have called each other out, and it's been hilarious for everyone besides us. Because there have been times where I get called out. Well, specifically, you call me out.
Because I can't call you out on something goofy because every time I call you out, it's like I like it like I'm no disrespect to my other friends, right? But I understand that they grow at a different rate than you. When you notice something wrong, like okay, this is wrong, let me deal with this. Like you don't waste time to deal with it. So when I say, oh, video, work on this as a person, you're like, boom, get into it.
Right, it's
Like
already done.
you get
It's
into
already
it.
done.
So, but because I be
But
like
I
cutting a
mostly
little
mean it
too deep
in like
sometimes.
the comedic senses though. Like if I'm like acting goofy, you're like, well, why are you being goofy? And I'm just like, I'm sorry.
It's like
I'm sorry.
stop. It was a joke. I promise. It was a joke.
It's calm down.
Right.
It's joke, calm
It's
down.
a joke.
It's
Pipe
joke,
it
calm down.
down immediately.
Oh.
Oh my god, we are like
Oh.
almost over an hour, but we
Well,
do have some rambling in
I
here.
think
You
we
cut
are
out.
done.
Right.
So yeah, that's the first episode done.
Right.
I mean, I feel like we got this in. Like I feel like we did pretty
Right.
well.
I would say best thing is we probably have like a little bit more than an hour worth of content, and also if you want to add stuff from like the previous episode, that would be a big help.
Did you already stop filming, or are we still filming? Because
Oh no, we're still filming because I want us to like do like not exactly an outro, but like a goodbye, like well more like a ending, you know, like a conclusion, as they would say in in class.
Well then, let's give them a good conclusion.
Right.
I mean, we talked about a lot today.
Right.
We talked about a lot today. We talked about like who we are.
Right, who we are, so what we plan on doing in the future.
Us.
You know, Channel 9.
Right.
You know, the channel itself, what we plan on doing with that. How we plan on growing that.
Which I'm very excited for.
Right.
I want you to do more though. Like I want you to like I want you to think that you're like working for me, because I do want you to like take partner or like partial ownership of this. Like I don't want you to feel like you're like working for me.
That's what I'm saying. You have to like
something going on.
You at some point, like maybe tomorrow, like, even you have to like teach me how to like to edit things, because I would love just like edit like because like I'm on because more to be more specific, the people I hang out with are just crackheads, right? And I'm much more social,
right?
Like, but you're more of like, let me hang with this. Like I'll talk to every now and then, and I'll get them to the group. But like I'm gonna go talk with these people, whether I make friends with them or not. But I'm gonna go chat with these people. I've got some dumb moments, just like I can recall from memory that has been really goofy, and I think it'd be very good if like if I know how to edit these videos, just like quick clips of me doing something funny. You know what I'm saying? Or like if I just get you doing something silly like randomly, I'm gonna clip that real quick and then send it to you later, and then you be like, when did you like, don't worry about it, just know I'm always watching. Just know I'm always watching.
I just think that I just like to edit. That's the thing. I like editing our videos.
But your editings are so good. That tarot one still eats. I gotta talk about it. Tart Fraud, he's after you.
Talk about it. You know what?
Oh god, it's a fantastic edit. Nicki Minaj will always get me.
I'm a video editor. I like edit all of our clips, even this podcast, are edited by me. Like I like it. It's fun for me. It's like second nature.
I will say, so like if anything, I'll put more events.
What's up?
I'll probably come up with events of like things to do. I'll probably come up with something.
Please, that would be that. Honestly, if you could like handle that, I'd be overjoyed, because like trying to get people to come to my events that I plan just never happens.
That's a good point, because like you know my server is crackhead. I'll add, like I said, that super video you made of like the zooming in special thing. I added everybody at 4:25 in the morning, and I dare y'all to see something. I dare you to speak up against me. I dare you to riot. Go ahead. You won't. Oh, I think so. Anyway.
Oh my god.
So like well, so if I say, hey, I'm gonna add everybody randomly on a Friday morning. Yo, we're doing this like Monday. Show up. People like, oh really? Bet. No, I'm not saying people will show up.
Right.
You know, but it's like
I really want to, like, as I told you, I really want to do like when we get a lot more people, like 300 or so. I really want to have like a Team Sataria versus Team Video thing.
That'd be a fantastic thing. That'd be a fantastic thing to do.
That happens so bad. Unfortunately, I know more people would be on your side, but I want it to happen so bad.
No, don't worry. I'll just gaslight them into being on your side. That's all it is.
And our timer is up. So that's it.
Right.
Episode 1.
Right. We got A over here. No, wait, I'm A. Wait. Well, I'm A, right?
You're A.
I'm A. You're V.
A, I'm V.
Right.
Yeah. He's audio, I'm video.
I want to change my name now to like this, like all letters are capital. Just like make the A capital. Oh.
The what, A in the middle?
Yeah. Like no, the first A. To make the first A middle. Like make it like
the first A.
Yeah. Just to make it like capital.
Wouldn't the
or maybe the one in the middle.
Cooler because it's like
the one in the middle would be killer.
It's like a radio tower.
Yeah. And it have like 2 like parentheses around it. Just like make it look large.
That'd be fun.
Or make finally you know, like those little goofy letters and like make it like have like 2 and 10 on 2 and 10 on the side. Yeah, we get into it around these parts.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, thank you for coming to hang out with us on the I changed the name. The VRChat Experience is our new
VRChat Experience. We did change it today.
So yeah, thank you for tuning into the VRChat Experience. Honestly, I'm so happy that this came out in the way it did. I'm really proud of this recording. I think we did a fantastic job. You know,
I think we did good too. I think we did good. We did.
As we do.
Right.
So yeah, any closing remarks? Any things you want to like pop on?
Just like touch up. Oh, also, at some point in time, right? Because I feel like we should put like maybe our Discord at the end of it. If we like start putting these out.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Here, right here is our these are our Discords right here. His is on top, mine's on the bottom, and you can add us on Discord so you can join our server. For Channel 9, we'll be happy to accept you. Once we have 300 members, we can do a lot more. We can do a lot more. Right now we have like 200 about there. So once we have 300 members, we can do a lot more. So please come join us. We'll be happy to host you.
And feel free to message us.
Even if you're not for. Oh my, yeah, feel free to message us, please. Like we are happy to come hang out with you in VRChat. We're happy to have you for Channel X, which is our drinking night every Friday.
Most definitely.
Channel X is a big hit for our server, so like please come hang out. You can talk to me, you can talk to Sataria. I handle the introverts, he handles the extroverts. I mean, like, we're here for you.
Very good point. Fun thing. Once the server does hit like 300, we could start doing like Discord events, because like one thing I've come to find out, right? Like people who have like common interests.
That's what I was wanting to do, is like I feel like it'd be really fun if we can do like a Discord event, so that we can, when we're talking about when we're doing our podcast episodes, we can just stream them live to the Discord.
That's
on Discord stages.
But I was thinking of,
and then even further than that, we can do Q&As.
That would be nice. But I was thinking of like small little like small things that people just like do throughout the day. For example, I'm a big fan of Pokemon, and I want to get like modded version of Pokemon. There's like it's called like a Nuzlocke. It's like you get like randomized. You know, Nuzlocke is like
a random Nuzlocke. Yeah,
so, but there's like a Pokemon fusion, like they fuse Pokemon together. So it's like it's interesting, and I would love to do like a Pokemon day, like a Pokemon session, like people just playing Pokemon on the server, or like because also like Pokemon Shuttles, like a website, you just build your own team and fight people. I love that. I'll be here, slaughter these hoes real quick, put them in a place, real quick, like. Just do certain things like that, or like people who have Switch connected.
I feel like it'd be really fun for like, right. It'd be really cool if we can like get you to if we can get you modded Pokemon, and then you can do like a playthrough of it and post it on YouTube.
That'd be so funny.
And then we can do like what do you mean? Like
the Pokemon fusion versions?
The fusions?
They look so. You ever seen a Gyarados like a bug?
I'm sure they're disgusting. I don't like the bug Pokemon. I don't like the bug Pokemon.
Yeah, it's just green with the spider.
Pokemon are disgusting. Gross to me. Ew.
But like now think air. Now Gyarados, like the water dragon.
Yeah.
Think that, but the entire body's a bug.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Atrocious.
No.
Truly atrocious.
But it would be so much fun to like do like Let's Plays. Maybe we can put that in the future.
Right.
But like of different games besides VRChat for later. Because obviously our main thing is VRChat. If you want to hang out with some VRChat, our Discords I'll put them here again. Since we'll just continue.
It's our names in VRChat right here. So you know.
Right. So our names in VRChat, our Discord is right here. If you want to come out with us, we're happy to host you. We're happy to come hang out and talk to you about whatever you want to talk about. But thank you so much for tuning into the podcast between AV. And we hope that you continue to enjoy the VRChat experience and have a fantastic day. Stay tuned.
Slade.
Bye.